Today's question has to do with power of attorney and an agent acting under a power of attorney for finances. The reader writes, if I am power of attorney for financial reasons for my father, and my name is on his bank account, am I responsible for any debts he incurs? And it goes on to say, father is moving into assisted living. He is no longer responsible for his finances. So I think what the reader is saying is, he's acting under a durable power of attorney as the agent for his father. What that means is he is named legally to take care of paying bills for his father, writing checks, paying the light bill, etc. And he's wondering if he would be responsible for debts for his father. The good news is, as the agent for your father, you're not responsible for his debt, but you are responsible to manage his assets under the duty of loyalty and to act in accordance with his wishes as laid out in the power of attorney document. In addition, if you're on the bank account, then these funds are your father's, but it's presumably that it seems he's given you access to the account. You should still act under the duty of good faith and use these funds for your father's care. The one good thing about death is that generally your debts die with you. So any debts your father incurred are not your personal responsibility as his agent, and you should not pay them from your own funds. They would become, if your father passes, they would become debts of his estate, and his estate would be responsible for paying those debts after death. That means any assets he owns at death would then be available to the creditors during the probate process. There's a process where you publish a notice to creditors of the person's debt. If he dies owing more than he owns, then there is an order of priorities under state law for which creditors get paid first. So the short takeaway is you are not responsible for your father's debts unless you co-signed on some loan for him. I don't recommend doing this in most instances because, as I stated earlier, the debts of your father would die with him. I also don't recommend using your own funds to pay for his debt because then they become your liability, whereas with him they could possibly die with him at death or get paid from the assets of his estate. So do your best to act under the duty of loyalty faithfully for your father under the financial power of attorney. Thank you for caring for him, but do not worry about being liable for his debts after death. Great question, and thanks for asking.